Yes, view request.
Hashtag don't
Oh,
post me.
yay, it worked.
Oh shit, there's a delay. I just heard you say yay, it worked, but your mouth isn't doing it.
No, it's not a delay. You're just
Oh,
not
there you are.
but you're not hooked up. Your microphone's not hooked up. Totally. It's not hooked up.
No, it's hooked up, but it's not by me. Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better. I was
Yeah.
listening to myself on Instagram. I went live on Instagram.
You did just now?
Yeah,
That's smart.
I did, and there was actually people like that came to the, and then I was just about to get off, and more people came like join. So, but I didn't have anything else to say, so I had to go.
Well, yeah. Plus, like I was coming. You never knew when I was
know.
going to show up.
And my armpits started sweating, and I started like, because people were there. Normally, I'm just talking to myself. Normally, it's just me talking to me.
My armpits are sweating
live.
because I think menopause is happening. That's why my armpits are sweating all the time. But sometimes and sometimes not.
But mine was because it was I can't get my lighting right. Mine was because people joined the Instagram. It's boring over on Facebook sometimes when I do the live because I can never tell if anybody's on, and I gotta stop fussing with this. Can
Everything
you hear me?
totally fell apart. Like remember when I was like, I need to get someone in the bath right when we got off the phone.
Yeah.
Boom.
What happened?
Everything after that fell apart. Just like
seriously.
I realized, so I was thinking, I'm just gonna spare you all the stupid things that happened. There was like a dog involved.
No, tell me. I want to hear all the details.
The dog was acting crazy.
Yeah.
Like she wouldn't calm down. She needed to run around.
Yeah.
It fucked with everything. Time, the whole thing with the casserole. And then I forgot to make the garlic bread. And like, you know what I mean? It was just on and on. And then I forgot that the one that normally is at dance is not a dance, and that she's in the bath and she's really hungry. And I'm like, okay,
yeah,
fucking A. I'm going outside. I'm going to sit down outside. I'm going to chill for a minute. I'm going to have some wine. I'm going to fucking regroup.
Right.
I'm sitting there, and I live nearby where the high school is, where you can hear the marching band.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so I hear the marching band. I'm like, what is that song? And the words that were coming in my mind were like insanely inappropriate. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a South Park theme song, like the intro to South Park. Like,
it's been a long time. It's been a really long time.
Oh my God, my kids are on like a South Park binge, and it is so awesome. I remember when South Park first came out.
Me too.
I was like 18, and we were like all waiting for it to come out. And like the first night, it was at 10 p.m. on Comedy Central. It was like the most inappropriate thing. And they were always pushing the envelope. Like as soon as you could say ass with like whatever that regulatory agency is, they were saying ass, and it was so funny. And like my parents were like, no, you are not watching it. So I would just go over a friend's house and watch it. That's what everybody did.
Of
course.
So
crazy. And then seeing my kids watching it now, I was 18 and not allowed to watch it. They're way younger than that and watching it.
Right.
How like teeny still, but like,
yeah. How times have changed. Times are changing.
Yeah, the shit they say on South Park is incredibly inappropriate.
Oh my God.
So I was like, all right, if I'm hearing the South Park thing, it's not the band, it's actually just in my mind. So I'm like, okay, I'm coming up. We're doing this podcasting. Let's do this.
I will tell you that like I think this brings me right to the fact that like I'm a total baby grandma, because remember when you used to call me
what is a baby grandma?
Okay, because remember you were calling me grandma. You're like, okay, yeah. grandma.
Yes.
Well, I was listening to another podcast, and she's like, I'm a baby grandma. And I'm like, what's a baby grandma? And she's like, I'm not good with technology. I want to go out, but I want to be home by 9 so I can go to bed, maybe watch some Netflix.
Totally.
Like, she's like, I'm a baby grandma. I'm like, I am totally a baby grandma, and I will own that fucking baby grandma.
Totally. I want discounts. Like as soon as I'm old enough to get AARP discounts or whatever other discounts they give to seniors, like I'm a senior. I need that discount. I need that lifestyle.
We need baby grandma discounts, like on wine, alcohol.
I know. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed
therapy,
at 10.
Talk therapy.
Happens.
I know.
Oh my God. Do you want some secondhand therapy? Because I always always give me.
Yes. I think you should give some back. It's the circle. You need to give it back to me. Yes.
Okay. So
I gotta stop.
I can't remember all the secondhand therapy you gave me. It was super helpful. A lot of it. There were like 2 things specifically that were helpful, but I met with my therapist for the first time in a while.
Only 2 things were helpful for you out of
I think
10 million things
specifically.
I shared.
No, those specifically.
Okay.
But she was like, have you been working out? And I'm like, no, I don't work out. It's a pain in the ass. I used to do it before COVID. And so she was like, well, maybe like work out. And so now I'm working out. I've worked out 3 times, and I'm like, holy shit, is that all it takes? Why do I need my therapist to be like, go work out? Like, why can't I fucking just go do it without someone telling me?
I don't know.
What kind of fucking talk about a baby grandma? How about just like a baby? What the fuck? Like
A baby,
make
what
your
the
own
fuck?
decisions and go work out.
Right. That's
But it's been
too
good. I'm
funny.
glad I'm doing it. I mean, I still can't fight my way out of a wet paper bag, but
I have to, you don't need to fight your way out of a wet paper bag. I have to tell you, working out totally helps me. Like, especially like even just going for a walk, like I did
Yeah.
not want to go work out today and I went, and I'm going in person now too with my chicks. I've been posting pictures with chicks. It's so nice to like see people and like hang out and go work out with other people, like seeing,
yeah.
yeah, it was just really nice. And then like the sun is shining and the palm trees are in the in the atmosphere, and yeah, it was fun. We actually went
The
and
palm
worked.
trees are in the atmosphere.
They are in the atmosphere. We went actually out after. It was like, when do you do that? Like, because I always say like I'm semi-retired, but I'm not really retired. But I'm
Right.
semi-retired because I live in Florida, with all the other old people. So I'm
Right.
baby grandma. I'm baby
And you
grandma.
can day drink and nobody's gonna think it's weird.
Yeah, I don't day drink. So I'll
But you
just,
could.
I could, but I don't.
And nobody would think it was weird.
Yeah, nobody would think it was weird because I'm on vacation. But we went out to breakfast. I was like, we're brunching. We like went and worked out. We went to brunch. We like had a book club after we worked out. I was like, this is rough. It was a rough day today.
Really busy.
I was so busy.
Probably
I
the
was
pants you
super
wanted to wear
busy.
were in the wash. I mean, I don't know how you got by.
I mean, it was a tough day. I mean, I might have gone to the pool. No, I didn't go to the pool. So can I tell you about talking about having like shit go sideways? And we've shared a couple stories off the podcast between the two of us personally, but I don't think I told you this one. I might have, but the other day, my number 2 has ADHD. So it's like a struggle. Every time he gets home from school, like the backpack, the lunch, the water bottle, the shoes, they're all over the fucking garage. Right. And then like, if I don't move them, because he's not going to move them, I'm go to walk the dog later in the evening and I almost kill myself walking out onto his shoes. So he's now at least setting them aside. Hooray. But they're on the ground. What?
Progress.
Yeah. They're on the ground. So we have a shoe cubby, like right to the right of the door, like typical, like things like everybody does. And so the shoes are not going to the shoe cubby, but I was like, whatever, at least I'm not going to kill myself walking out the door. So he goes to put his shoes on the other morning.
You're already laughing.
I'm already laughing because the look on his fucking face. I was like, come on, let's go. We got to go. Cause I let them, we kind of wait till the last minute to get to school. Like, and we're right in the nick of time. It's like Saved by the Bell. And so he's like, oh my God. I'm like, what? He's like, there's poop in my shoe. I'm like, no, there's not. And I grab the other shoe and dump it. And like a big turd plops out.
That's so gross.
A giant toad went poop, poop right in each of his shoes. Guess how long it took him to just keep putting his shoes on the ground?
Never.
No,
I would never put my shoes. On the ground.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe you should put your shoes in the cubby. So he did it. He did it the very next day.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
But where do you think that they are right now?
Like right in the same spot that he leaves them.
Right in the,
that's where you
ground.
need to put the cubby.
Oh yeah.
Move the cubby to where he puts his shoe. I'm telling you, that's what I've been doing with my life. It's working.
The cubby is like 9 cubbies. Like it's
move
like
it to where he puts his shoes. I'm telling you.
I'm going to put a cubby in the middle of the doorway.
Yes.
Right
it's a good start. Then just slowly move it 1/4 of an inch every week. And then in 2 months, he'll be doing it.
I mean, I might try that.
It's a long game.
It is a long game, but honestly, like, I think then he would just end up doing the opposite and taking his shoes off and putting them on the other side of the door. So I don't know if it would actually work, but you never know. We might as well try.
That's a science experiment waiting to happen.
I know. Do you ever do Grove? Do you do the Grove? Like, I know we've talked about Instacart and like.
What is Grove?
Grove, it's like a company where you can order like more all natural products. Like they kind of like do all the guesswork for, they take all the guesswork out of it and they do all like the legwork. And
for what, like shampoo
and like body stuff. Did you ever do that? There's like
a
subscription. Well, I've done that for a little bit, but I don't do the subscription anymore. And I ordered some like stuff from them and do you ever do that where you like take stuff out of the box and you do it really quickly? And then you grab it like at the top, right? Because you're just like pulling it out of the box.
Sure.
And I grabbed the top of the lotion bottle and it was on enough for me to pull it out of the box, but not enough. Not
oh my
totally,
God.
that it went like all over. I had like lotion all up and down me, all splattered across the tile floor.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
That's
I
the
was
worst.
like,
Wait, but were you so
fuck.
soft after?
So was the tile.
No, those subscription things are like interesting. I did Stitch Fix one time.
Oh yeah, I wanted to try that.
Yeah. So I looked at all these YouTube videos. It was like Stitch Fix or like that. There's this
Yeah.
another one that starts with a T or like Nordstrom's
Yeah.
does one. And I'm like, I'm just gonna do Stitch Fix.
Fabletics,
It's like
yeah.
affordable. And so I did it. It was so weird. So basically what it is, it's like, you know, when you go to TJ Maxx and you look at the things that are on clearance,
Yeah.
it's like somebody bought all that and then seasonally sends it to you at an appropriate time. You know how normally that clearance shit is like all the summer shit they're giving you in the winter,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing.
Yes. Yes.
So it's the clearance stuff, but like it matches the season it actually should.
Yeah.
It's the worst. But
You
I
didn't like
did.
it? You didn't like
Well,
it?
so here's the thing. I have
But-
one thing from there. It's like a duster that I love with pockets. It's from there. It's shitty. It's shitty.
What's a
but I love
duster?
it. You know, it's like a jacket that's long,
Oh, okay.
like by your knees, kind of. This one is shorter than that, but it's the best I can do to describe it. It has a hood. You know, it's like
Yeah.
out of all the things they sent me and all the money I spent there, stuff that I kept that I thought I would wear that I ended up donating.
Right.
I mean, I probably got that duster for about $200. It's probably worth $15.99 at TJ Maxx's clearance section. I will say this. It is fully worth the goddamn $200, though. I will say that. Now that was lucky.
Right. Well, then,
But I mean, they do send you like with all the boxes. I think I got like 4 boxes, and out of them, there's some stuff that I liked, but I was like, ugh, I don't want to pay that money. And you can see the economy of it all like built into it and how you're getting
Yeah.
kind of raped on the price. Like they're charging you real prices for like TJ Maxx clearance shit. So I
well,
stopped
that's
it.
like a really.
But I do it every once in a while.
I've never done. I've always wanted to do it, and then I get through the whole process of it. Like you get the email, right? And I go through the whole
Yeah.
process of signing up for it and going through the whole thing.
And
And
isn't
then
it
I'll-
always late at night? Like when you should
Yes.
be sleeping, but you're like,
Yes.
you know, gonna do this magical new like reinvention of yourself. So you're gonna sign up for
Yes.
Stitch Fix.
and then I get all the way, and then they want my money, and I'm like, never mind. They want my
Right.
money. You know, like yeah, for sure. I think if somebody said that I could spend like $19.99 a month, and they were just gonna send me like a box of clothes,
Yeah.
and then I could buy whatever I wanted, which I think no.
Yeah. The first part they would do, but the second part would be too expensive for you to like send back. You'd have to just agree to whatever comes in the box for $20.
I don't want to. I don't like that.
Well,
That's not
it's
an
not,
idea.
then
I
that's
don't
not
want
going to
it.
work. You need to come up with something realistic.
Anything else going on with you besides like listening to old bands playing, like high school bands playing?
And my kids
anything-
watching South Park and
Yes.
yeah, I mean, no.
Remember Mr. Hanky? Was it Mr. Hanky?
Yeah, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas food. He loves me and I love you. I know everything about South Park now because it's been, you know how like when you study for a test
Oh,
and
I
then
got my
you forget all that stuff that you
Yes.
learn. Like, you know, you get an A on the test and then you never remember that shit again.
yes.
Well, imagine if someone like retaught it to you like 10 years later, it would like come back to you like that.
That's
know?
true.
That's what's
Mhm.
happening with South Park right now.
You know what? Maybe I bet you my kids could watch South Park. That would be like right now we're watching Clone Wars, or Star Wars, the Clone Wars. I bet you we could watch South Park. Although, like we tried to watch The Simpsons, and I don't know, it got weird. It got a little bit too.
If you think The
weird for
Simpsons is
youngest.
weird, South Park is not going to be appropriate.
Probably not. Yeah, probably totally not appropriate.
Don't.
I was gonna tell you. So Halloween is like, you know, obviously falls here, and Halloween is like right around the
Yes.
corner. And I was watching something on social media where they're like, if you dress like this way in this Halloween costume, like it kind of like shows like your different personality, right? Like
Sure.
you're wearing
Yeah.
this sexy Halloween costume, then like maybe you just are recently single or recently divorced, and you're like, you know, you go girl. Or like, you know, like if you're just wearing the ghosted cap, you know, like whatever.
All right. That's funny.
But my number 3 is like all of a sudden decided he wants to be a clone trooper for Halloween. Okay. The
Mm.
other 2 couldn't care less. Like they don't want it. They're not in it for the candy anymore. They could give a rat's
They
ass
don't
about.
want free candy.
No, they don't want.
Wait,
It's too much
before you
work.
keep
It's
going.
hot down here. It's really fucking hot.
Okay,
down
what
here
is-
for Halloween?
What does being hot have to do about free candy? Like my kids run around in like
No.
freezing cold rain
No,
with wet muscles
I know.
to
they don't
get
want it.
free candy.
No, my kids are lazy. They don't want
Is
it.
the
They don't want
candy
free candy.
bad?
No,
Is there
it's
something wrong with the
awesome.
candy? Okay.
No, there's
then-
nothing. Well, we're in Florida, so I would assume that you would think that like, you know, it's Florida, so maybe there is something wrong with the candy because, you know, you always think that there's something wrong with Florida. But I don't know. There's nothing wrong with Florida candy. It's the same candy that you have. It's the same candy. It's like the same
Yeah.
Halloween fucking
The
candy.
kids are getting like candy. They're not getting apples. They're not
No,
getting
it's not
like
toothbrushes
coupons
and
for
like,
free
yeah,
ice cream
no,
or anything
no, no,
stupid.
no,
They're
no,
getting
none
like
of
real
that.
candy. This is the custom, and they're not doing it because
No, because they
free
don't want
candy
to.
isn't worth it.
They're being lazy about it.
Did they
So
forget what candy is like all about?
apparently. So, so my number 3 is deciding he wants to be a clone trooper. Okay. We were all Star Wars characters, like probably last year, but we wore t-shirts because it's so freaking hot down here. I just
Great
bought like,
idea.
yeah, it was great. And then it's masks, right? So it's a mask and a t-shirt,
Great
perfect.
idea.
Then you can wear the t-shirt all year round, right? Because it's like
Totally.
a t-shirt.
This is the best costume idea ever.
I know, right? I'm like super smart. I feel like I'm on to something here.
Should do this every year.
I mean, I might just wear my bathing suit this year. I mean,
No,
that,
but wait, isn't Clone Trooper not the thing it's called? I mean, I'm not a Star Wars person in any
Yeah,
way,
it's
but I'm
Clone
pretty sure it's
Trooper.
not Clone Trooper.
Yeah.
It's
What
like
is
Stormtrooper or
Oh,
Clone Wars.
Stormtrooper. No, it's Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper. Look at you calling me out.
Dude, it's like the one thing I know
Okay, well,
besides
it's a
like Baby Yoda.
clone. Okay, it's a
And
clone,
you said
but he's
Clone
a
Wars earlier.
but he's a stormtrooper. That's right. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
He's
Is he
still a
going to do
clone.
it? Is he
Well, no,
being
but
a
but this
stormtrooper?
is what I was trying to explain to you. Okay, so let's get back to the beginning of it. He wants to be a stormtrooper. Let's get this right. And we have a stormtrooper costume for my number 2 because he didn't want a t-shirt and a mask. He wanted the full costume. So I did buy number 2 because he gets hand-me-downs all the time. So I bought him an actual costume instead of a t-shirt and a mask. And I have it. It's in a bucket in my garage. But I need a ladder to get my fucking bucket down. And I don't have a ladder. And that means I have to ask the neighbor for the ladder to borrow it again. And I don't want to do
No,
that.
there's a rule. If you borrow something more than once, you have to buy your own.
Yeah, they don't care. Everybody borrows everything down here. We all share. So
That doesn't negate the rule.
okay, well, whatever.
Okay, keep going.
You just because you make up your rules doesn't mean we have to
Right.
follow your rules.
No, you don't.
I know. Okay. So I'm at a point in my life and in the holiday like BS that like I would rather buy another stormtrooper outfit and have it delivered by Prime, Amazon Prime than go walk my ass to my neighbor's house to ask them to borrow their ladder and drag the
Real.
ladder to my garage to climb up and get the fucking bucket down to get
Well, and
that
also
goddamn
versus also buying a
costume.
ladder.
Oh,
Like,
I
you
might
could
buy,
also buy a ladder,
ask-
probably for the same money.
maybe I'll buy a ladder and a stormtrooper outfit. I don't know.
You buy a ladder and the shit you need to hang ladders, and you'll be good to go.
I know.
Problem solved forever.
But I just thought, like, we've talked about this before where it's like, I would rather just buy something than like have to like, do the extra thing or whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You ever had
Yeah,
that
like
happen
laundry.
to you?
Yeah, when I was in college, I used to just throw away my laundry, my new clothes.
Oh, no, you didn't. Seriously?
Oh, I 100% did. Yeah. I would put them in a garbage bag because what I would do is I would take them to the place where they charge you by the pound for laundry. Back in olden times, you could do this. Maybe you still can. And I would throw it all in a garbage bag. That was my laundry basket. And when the garbage bag got full, I would throw it in my car and take it to the laundromat. Like if my car ends up and me like going somewhere else, and then I'm somewhere else, and then I need to like buy some shit, and then like I still have the laundry in the car, and I'm like, I need new shit. And then eventually I just have enough new shit that the stuff in the back I don't really need. And so I just throw it out.
Oh my God.
That went on for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I could do that. That's kind of like when you were packing for your trip. I was like, just buy your shit on your trip. Like why pack it?
Yeah.
Just buy new shit for your trip. Oh, I have like, this is not for you. So
Fine.
no, this is funny because you're talking about you were doing like a casserole for dinner tonight, right? And you had like,
Yeah, pasta bake.
yeah, and you had you had people that you had to deal with in like bathroom